to Mumbai, where our colleague Shishir Scheller is joining us from. Shishir, I believe you have a guest with you. What does Mumbai have to say after the presentation of the budget? Over to you.
Absolutely. We'll have seen quite a mixed reaction from Mumbai this time around, because as the moment we're talking about the taxes, and the taxes was announced, we have seen that the Sensex and the Nifty also have gone down a little bit. We have seen a bit correction to it. So obviously we can sense the mood of the market at this point in time. But what exactly industry is thinking? To get more details on it right now, we have with us Anand Singhania from Indian Merchant Chamber. So first of all, your first words on today's budget. What exactly industry has gone from this budget?
I think it's a positive budget. The capital spending which was incorporated in the internal budget is on track. It's very important. 11 lakh crores plus capital spending by the government. In line, yes, of course. It was 7.5. It went to 10 lakh crores. Now 11 lakh crores. As long as the government spends, and we are a consumer-driven, customer spend economy. 55% of economy is on consumer spending. So when this money goes into roads, infrastructure, there's a cascading effect. It affects your steel, it affects your passenger vehicle, it affects your commercial vehicles. It improves your cost of doing business, because connectivity will reduce your logistics cost. Today we have one of the largest logistics costs, which has been coming down because of digitization and because of infra spending. If you look at GST numbers, the GST numbers are very robust. April we peaked at about 2,10,000 crores. Even last month we had 1,75,000 crores. Government is now talking about rationalizing on GST as well.
On the same front, actually, I want to ask one of the different questions, sorry to disturb you here, is that we've seen that the product link incentive schemes was quite a good one. I got a very good response, but the government had tweaked it, and now we're going to see that employment link incentive schemes, how the industry is reacting to this, and what are the benefits do you see of it?
I was expecting to hear something more on PLI, which didn't happen, but nevertheless, PLI has been very, very successful. We've generated a lot of jobs. There's been, I think, over 2 lakh crores of exports production coming from the new incentives, whereas the outgo has not been much. 2,000 crores last year was about 8,000 crores, and this year they're projecting around 14,000 crores of incentives. So their payout is very low compared to the increase. Look at we were net importer of mobile phones. Today now we are exporting $15 billion of exports. The government has reduced custom duty on inputs to manufacturing of mobile phones. They've also done that on certain level of televisions.
It has yielded some results.
It has definitely yielded results. Probably we didn't hear enough on electric vehicles. We are talking about sustainable future. We are talking about climate action and climate financing. Perhaps we could have heard more about it. But budget is just an annual affair. In this case, twice.
Your reaction also on the long-term capital gains, because the corporate world is actually, especially when we're sitting in Mumbai and the financial center is here. How do you see these move by increasing capital gain tax also? And as far as the F&O taxes, there has been rumors in the market, but now there has been stop to it, and the finance minister has clarified all those things, that where you have to pay taxes.
So I think that there's a small jump in F&O from 0.02 to 0.1%, on STT, which was on expected lines. However, I think the market did not expect such a broad base increase in capital gains, both on short term and long term, and therefore the markets have corrected. I think it was down 1,200 points, it's recovered slightly, but India's story is there to stay. So, whether today at 70,000 or 80,000 or going to 100,000, we are definitely on that trajectory. Nothing's going to stop India from this growth. This will obviously impact the sentiments of the market when the taxes go out. Ultimately, this is a tax on profit. It's not on tax on anything. So if you make money, you share something with the government towards the betterment of India.
So what the pick for the Indian corporates from this budget?
I think there's a good amount of, they've talked about skill development. Today, employability of the people who come into manufacturing or come into the corporate world is not desirable. They need to be skilled. So the government is talking about skilling centers. They're talking about focus on skilling. They're talking about skilling for today, not skilling what schemes were there 30 years back, which are not so relevant. They're talking about internship for the youth. So these 1 crore people who will be absorbed or will be brought into the formal sector, the first timers, they will be paid a stipend of 5,000 rupees a month. That's 1 crore into 60,000 is 60,000 crores that the government is going to do. Some part of it will come from CSR funds of companies. 10% is what the finance minister mentioned. But these people, once they get trained, see, the corporates, when they hire people for small internship, 1 or 2 months, there's limited focus. But when somebody is working with you for an entire 12-month period, you will definitely give more incentive. You will be more particular in training them. These people will get their employable. Either they'll absorbed in the existing business, or they'll go into other businesses, having been trained from one of the top 500 companies in the country.
Compared to the skilling youth, particularly for the jobs which are required in the industry, now you think that it will get bridged?
It's a step. It's a step in the right direction. Skilling is very important, and I think chambers like ourselves can and should participate in skilling for India. We do do our skill development, but I think more and more institutes should take it up. See, there are two parts. One is the part of the people, and the other is the trainers. There are not enough trainers as well. So corporate India has to bring in the proper trainers so that the people get trained properly, so that they get employable.
The steps have taken by the government this time around, that you're seeing that the schemes like this will definitely pave the way for the development when it comes to skilling to this particular thing. Obviously, you just heard from the industry also that certain pockets and certain issues that the industry has actually raised the issue, government have tackled those, and probably in future time we may see some of the good results of this announcement by the government will definitely come.
Thanks a lot, Shishir.